My mother was a lover of music and she would put on a record for years. I think we had like Room for Squares, Sade and Santana. That was it. And we just kind of rinsed and repeated it. It gave me a good broad education musically, yeah. Hey guys, I'm Brenton Thwaites. I'm here with Happy and we're chatting all things Searching for the Man, which is my debut album, which is out now. So ladies and gentlemen, this is Sprocket Fuel, good people making good coffee. And it's good coffee. That is good. I'm an actor by trade, I guess you could say. I have been acting, in film and TV. I started in Australia on Sea Patrol, Home and Away, Slide, smaller TV shows. Then I went to the States. And, this whole time I took my guitar with me and, would write little ideas down and play on set quite a fair bit. And then I took a job in Toronto, which was on a longer running TV series called Titans. And that enabled me to basically bankroll my own record and, hire a great team around me and, kind of handpick, great musicians and a wonderful producer who was very supportive. So I was very lucky with that. And it's led to now, which is, hopefully the start of, what becomes a pretty cool career in both, acting and music. I like the intimacy of a studio like this. Like I did my record at Revolution in Toronto, and it was really pre-studio, but a lot of the stuff we did, like vocals and parts and stuff, was in my producer's office, which was like really intimate and cozy, and just you get into the zone, and I don't know, the space inspired like a lot of the confidence behind the vocals and like relaxing and comfort. And music was always something that I really loved watching my father do. He was always playing piano on the dashboard of his car. And then one day he got a piano, and all those songs that he would sing on the dashboard of his car, I learnt. He actually knew how to play those songs. Just hearing that as a kid really inspired me. And it was just my first introduction to what music could be. Not, in the headphones, but seeing a musician play and, seeing their expression and just hearing the jam and the vocal. And it really inspired me. And then from there, I tinkered with the piano, but I really took to the guitar after, being inspired by John Mayer and Jack Johnson and more guitar-led artists. Keys here, this is awesome. Yeah, so the record's called Searching for the Man. There's a title track on the record with the same title, and the song is really about being stuck in a bit of a depressed state and trying to, kick myself in the ass a bit, trying to give myself a bit of a push, in the form of get that bravery, that courage, that artistic flair, get a side of that back now that you're older and life is happening. The reality with depression is that it can just hit you, it can hit anyone for whatever reason, and this was my own, experience of it. Instead of doing crazy things and taking drugs and drinking a bunch of alcohol, I just became quiet and still, and that was my version of, being a little bit sad or depressed, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, it was a song on the record that was like, let's break down the barrier a little bit, let's take off the mask, and let's be a bit open and, show people a side of me that is not the happy, charismatic go-getter of an actor, that it's that's a guy that's, sometimes sad as well, and sometimes vulnerable, and sometimes doesn't know what he's doing with his life and whatever, and just going through the highs and lows of what we all go through. Acting, I had a natural talent. I had a feeling that I was good at it. I could see that I was doing really well, and I became successful quite quickly, but music has been a very slow growth for me. I wasn't super talented. I couldn't sing in tune, I could barely play the guitar. So that side of it has been really interesting. The perspective I have on music is very different to acting, but one that I'm really proud of because it's required me to grow up, work really hard, be persistent, not give up. And so the message behind, I guess, the whole record, that song, but the whole record is, don't give up, don't give up.
And I hope that you see that I still wanna be with you.
So I hope people can take that and just find their own version of that. Yo, my name is Brenton Thwaites. I have my debut record out. It's called Searching for the Man. You can get a vinyl on my website, brentonthwaites.com, and sign up for the mailing list and keep in tune for what I'm doing and where I'm playing next. And you can find the songs there. Cheers. In the film business, we have green screens. In the music business, we have yellow screens. I like that.